Hey, ma'am, can you please breathe in this walkie-talkie for us? Thank you. Inhale, exhale. 10-4, we got her. We got her. Hands behind your back, ma'am. Yeah. Yeah, we got her. Yeah, and then come to find out, we looked in the back seat, box wines, scotch, whiskey, tequila. I mean, you name it. She even had those truly strawberry in there. She had already opened like 20 of those. You know, she blew through 20 of those. You know, and it was that Fannie Willis Custom Edition Grey Goose. That Fannie Willis Grey Goose. Yeah, I never seen anything like it. It said Fannie on the bottle. But anyways, Nancy Pelosi. Boy, this is gonna be a good video, y'all. Oh, Joe Biden's is sharp. He's so sharp, and his cognitive abilities is up to par. The one who has dementia and health is declining, and even doctors and healthcare officials have said it, is Trump. Trump has dementia, and it's been proven. I mean, just drunk live on air. You can't make this up, man. No. It has just been a complete circus, a complete, you know. And Nancy has just been in the headlines in the news these last couple months, and it hasn't been looking good on her side, man. You know, the J6 stuff. I mean, it's just it gets worse and worse and worse. You know, and the footage is everywhere now, and everybody's just looking because you've wiped poor Donald through the mud. A lot of people, the left, the mainstream media, they have wiped poor Donald through the mud. You know, but SCOTUS has common sense. And like I told y'all, the truth must shine in the light for the good and for the bad, whether you like it or not. And this is why, Patriots, we're taking win after win after win after win. It's all coming out. It is all coming out. And now you see never Trumpers. You see registered Democrats, Dems, that are now on the Trump train. A lot of people are waking up, man. And again, it might just be a landslide come November. And I'm ready to crack open a cold one. I'm ready to crack open a cold one come November. Comment down below if you're ready. But let's get into this video that Doug done cooked up. I already know Doug is finna be on point with this video. And y'all know he loves our channel. So make sure you go down below and show my brother some love. Link in the description box down below. But oh boy.
Democrats go violent. Nancy Pelosi, Jen Psaki covering up for what the left in their response to Trump getting immunity. And of course, Nancy Pelosi drunk on box wine in public.
Hey, ma'am, breathe in this walkie-talkie for us. Look, ma'am, we don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. We know you have a Trump derangement syndrome. We know you stage 4 at that. We know there's no coming back from that, man. But we don't want to hear the excuses. Breathe in this walkie-talkie for us. Oh yeah, she's above the legal limit. Yeah, she's hands behind your back, ma'am.
On MSNBC, and Jen Psaki, her enabler, her 12-step enabler. Welcome to Doug in Exile. This is where the happy patriots are. As Nancy Pelosi, you know, she needs to be in jail. Probably Jen Psaki too, just for fun. Let's watch this together. What triggered it first was Jen Psaki writes on Twitter, very powerful statement from Adam Schiff. No one's ever written that before in their life. That notion doesn't occur to normal people, just Jen Psaki on SCOTUS. the Supreme Court of the United States immunity decision, including under this ruling, a president can order the assassination or jailing of a political rival and be immune. Notice how quickly the Democrat mind just goes straight to violence. Okay. This is their go-to. They can take a bribe in exchange for an official act and still be immune. I believe she's projecting because that's exactly what Biden did with Ukraine. They can organize a military coup to hold on to power and still be immune. Remember when the Democrats put out 50,000 soldiers at the Capitol right after they were elected and put up razor wire everywhere and walls? I went to Washington, D.C., I actually saw it. They can, if that sounds mad, that's because it is. Speaking of mad, here's Nancy Pelosi.
Says that the former president is above the law. They will have done a grave disservice to justice in our country.
Here she's lecturing the Supreme Court justices who are justice about what is justice in our country. She does not care about justice in our country.
Let us hope that they have some.
What is some? I looked it up in the dictionary. I could not find the word some.
Some would show us some allegiance to their oath of office to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. And that just because you're president doesn't mean you're immune from prosecution if you break the law. So that will be a big test for the court tomorrow to see if they honor their oath of office.
And we now know that they did not rule the way that she thought they would rule. So now she's saying they've betrayed their oath of office. That's how we do it. If you disagree with me, you're not agreeing with your oath. Meanwhile, Nancy Pelosi, who has betrayed her oath of office, remember, this is one of the most rich people to do insider trading ever to go through politics.
They've given us a lot to doubt them lately.
By delaying as they have undermined justice in our country, in my view.
No question. Could not
agree more. She just sits there and just, yes, she's a muppet. She's not even conducting an interview. The delay, which, by the way, they're angry that the Supreme Court took this thing in July this month. And that infuriates them because they wanted it sped up. They wanted to politicize and force the Supreme Court to take this thing. Look, Jack Smith can sit there and run everything he wants up to the U.S. can run everything they want up to the Supreme Court. They are not pressured to panic and play your political games. They're trying to keep their institution from turning into another politicized institution.
And by the way, let's just go back to January 6th. Let's go back to January 6th, because this is one of the charges against the president. The president goes on TV and says, I planned my own assassination. No, I didn't. He did. They're going to hang the vice president of the United States, and they're going to put a bullet in my F-word head. And he will not send the National Guard.
Anyone who threatened violence against anyone, be it Pence or Nancy Pelosi, they do need to be locked up. Okay, I'm fine with that. But she did not. She had a chance to call the National Guard, and she didn't. That's on, and it's on camera.
On camera, y'all. I mean, on camera. The footage is loud and clear. Hands behind your back. Tristan White poured down through the mud, man.
Saying this is our fault, this is my fault. Like, she takes responsibility. Now, of course, the story all changes when they're on MSNBC.
People were injured, over 100 law enforcement people were injured. Some people died.
Not as many people died as died on Black Lives Matter. It's about 20 times more violence happened, including police officer deaths. She doesn't care. The body count does not matter to them.
Because of him. And people died again because of his delay and denial about COVID.
What about the people who died and committed suicide, the January 6th defendants who couldn't get tried and were just rotting in jail because you delayed their trial? You delayed it. So she does not care about the delays and costing lives either. I wish she did care.
This is a totally irresponsible person. And again, this Supreme Court would say that a person is above the law, and they've waited months to come to a conclusion about it.
No, let's get into the mind of the Democrats and how violent they are. Here's Sean Davis on Twitter, buddy of mine from the Federalist.com. SCOTUS, when the Supreme Court says you can't throw your rival in prison because you don't like him, Democrats say, so you're saying we can drop bombs on him? The Supreme Court says, you really can't even charge your rival with a crime because his presidency made you mad. And the Democrats say, got it. So we can incinerate his house with him in it. There's calls right now by Democrats saying they should drone strike Trump now that Biden has immunity. They go straight to hardcore violence. Remember that. The Supreme Court says the Constitution protects officials from being terrorized with lawfare for official actions they undertook while in office. And the Democrats say, oh, it makes sense. So we can officially assassinate everyone we don't like. The Supreme Court says prosecuting a politician because you don't like his politics would destroy our country, and we're not going to allow it. And the Democrats conclude, roger that. So what you're saying is we're officially allowed to eliminate Trump and the Supreme Court as long as we say it's official and stuff. Yeah, they're also calling for the impeachment of the Supreme Court. I'll cover that in another video. What do you guys think in the comments below? Is Nancy Pelosi more unhinged and drunk than Jen Psaki on this one? I'm done.
Yeah. Hey, man, I'm breathing this walkie-talkie for us, please. Yeah. Hands behind your back. Unbelievable, man.